Welcome back to the final episode of this week of the Hanging with the Homeless. And once again, we do appreciate all those who've called in and helped us. I mean, we do get the bad calls as well as the good. We're not going to lie to anybody or, say that, the whole world's gravy. But I will stand by the fact that, yeah, we have a hard time doing what we do because we're in the trenches. We don't go to, I don't have time to go to fancy dinners and all this kind of stuff, because we're trying to do the real work that's needed to be done. And sometimes, that makes us far from perfect. And I'm standing here to tell you I am not far from perfect. Nobody's ever heard me say that I'm a perfect person. But I do more than just about anybody man can take on any given day for the last 3 years straight without one single day off. And if there's any man that thinks they can step in my shoes and make it, because there's people that have tried, and they've had nervous breakdowns, and they've completely lost it. So if you think you can run a perfect program and help people, you're wrong. If you think somebody with a PhD or all that stuff's going to run in and run a good homeless program, you're wrong. The homeless are the best people in order to help the homeless because they know what the homeless need. And we are going to have a forum coming up very shortly. We are now going to get the building. I've decided it's time to be over with. And on that panel, nobody is going to be allowed to speak to the churches or the business owners or donors or anybody else, but the homeless is the only ones allowed to speak on that panel. And they are going to let it all out, what they think and what they need, and save taxpayers and donors and county government a lot of money as long as the commissioners and everybody comes and hears them out. And we are going to do that very rapidly. We have also come up with technology now that we are going to start streaming live video from our living room and getting a lot of the real issues out there. But we are going to do it in a positive manner. We are not out putting out, like today, we use nobody's names. We're not going to use people's names. We're not out to do that. The mission is put its head, the blinders on, and we're heading forward to the mission. And the mission is going to the next level. Whether we have to write our own grants, whether we have to beg from different counties, whether we have to, starting this week, we're going to start pounding HUD, we're going to start pounding the VA, we're going to start pounding the state and federal government until we get the help that is needed here in Citrus County, because there is no help. I've talked to the head of DCF this week, and basically we are in a spot in Citrus County where there's no help available for correct, proper drug treatment or alcohol treatment. There are many programs run by churches where they try to do a good job, and I'm not downing them because some of them do a good job. But more support and more action and more dollars are needed towards drug prevention and helping somebody in Chris's position where he's an alcoholic and he does great up until the time he has that first beer. And then it's all downhill. Chris, what would you think would be the number one thing that would help you now, except for having new friends that actually would care about you?
The number one thing to help me right now is some more help for my alcohol problem.
I know you get emotional over this issue because you've tried very hard, and twice I'm proud of you that you got out there on your own and you did it. But I always ride you because, and now you're getting the method of my madness of why I always rode you.
Yes.
Because the minute that I let off of you, what happened?
I can honestly say I failed because I know this much. I could call you at 10 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning, saying, I need your help, and you'd be there. But I'm the one who failed. I'm the one who failed, who didn't pick up the phone.
And also you walked away from God.
Yes, I did walk away from the church. That was another one of my biggest problems. I used to go to church every Sunday.
Most people that mess up is because they walk away from church and they don't believe. God does not believe we're ever going to be perfect. He knows. We were not made to be perfect. Since the Garden of Eden, we're going to make mistakes. It's how we deal with those mistakes and how we deal with them and change ourselves. There's nobody perfect in the mission in Citrus. There's nobody perfect in Citrus County. There's some people who may act like they're perfect and they never do anything wrong, and they, want to come back on other people and say that they're perfect. But the exposures that are soon about to come about, if people do not leave us alone, are going to show that there are a lot less than perfect people out there. All I want to do at the mission is help people. That's all we're out to do. And they are getting the help they need. And if people want to attack a program that's actually working for programs that don't, then we're always going to have a problem. Our homeless advocate, you know, this outreach Saturday was a complete mockery. And the girls have responded in a very positive manner with that. And it's going to soon hit the headwires. So we don't want to fight. We don't want to, you know, go tit for tat. We want to worry about the mission and helping people at the mission. We don't want this to go into a big, you know, stick and stone fest. So, you know, if you don't like the mission, leave us alone. Don't watch the show. Don't read the newsletter. Don't stop by. But leave the people that are helping each other alone. Because I would no longer sit by and let people do this. I will defend their rights to the end. I'm glad you're being honest today, Chris. And, you know, we're going to have a lot of more people on here that, you know, have attacked the mission after they've left because they get mad at me for one reason or other. And I'm proud of you for being honest. I'm proud of you for, you know, being that way. And the mission is going to help you, and we're going to get you back on your feet. This time, just always remember there's a method to my madness.
Yes, sir.
Are you now understanding some of the method to my madness?
Yes, sir.
If I wouldn't have let you stay out there in the woods and go through this, do you think it would have had the impact it has on you?
No, I actually needed to go spend a week in the woods trying to survive on my own.
And it's not easy, is it?
To see a few things out there, no, it's not easy.
Now you understand why I don't want the children and the women and people out in those woods?
Yes, because after what I've seen this past week, women and children do not belong out there.
Because it's not safe.
It is very unsafe.
Well, thank you, Chris. We'll have you back because now you're going to be helping me out again to help your brothers and sisters that you kind of let down a little bit here lately.
Yes.
And realize that it is about helping the homeless. It's not about me. It's not about Chris. It's not about advocates. It's not about anything. It's about helping the homeless and getting them back on their feet. Once again, Larry from Walmart, I'm sorry I left you out. But we have a bigger surprise planned for you and quite a few other of our supporters. Sometimes I get so running around with everything going on, I forget things. But we love you, man, and we thank you. God bless. And we're just very thankful for you. And we'll see you next week.